Churches are exempt from the mandatory stay-at-home order, and I don't think most churches know this, or if they do know, I guess they'd rather stay home than go to a church service. But I want to mention that because you didn't see this on the news where that Governor Desantis signed an amendment to the executive order, to the executive stay-at-home order, right? But you saw in the news where the pastor was arrested. Of course, the arrest of the pastor came before the governor gave the stay-at-home order and before he signed the amendment. First, he issued the order, then he did an amendment to the order to allow churches to come together. I guess that was after the pastor was arrested, he did that. But when the pastor was arrested, that made the news. But the governor, when he signed the order exempting churches from the stay-at-home order, that did not make the news. I did find a news clip. I think I just stumbled across it on YouTube. I wasn't looking for it, and I just came across it, but I didn't know that churches were exempt. So, I'm impressed by the governor for doing that. Some people might think that is crazy that you would exempt churches, exempt a congregation, exempt a gathering from the order. But I think it makes perfect common sense. I mean, regardless of what everybody's saying, people are still gathering together. The Wuhan virus, aka COVID-19, aka coronavirus, is not a virus that that when you get it, you're gonna die. Unless treated. It's not like, for example, the Ebola virus, or some other virus that when you get it, if you don't. Right. So, just saying that if you get the coronavirus, you won't necessarily die. So I think that the reaction that they're having is not proportional to the actual virus threat. Now you will say, well, look at the media reports, and true, but the same media will tell you that even though you have all these deaths, if you get the virus, you won't necessarily die. Some people who are listening to this audio now, they and don't know, or they have the virus and will recover. And if we just look at everybody's behavior. I mean, really and truly, if you want if you need something, you're gonna go and get it. I mean, you're gonna go to Walmart and you're gonna buy the supplies, and you won't necessarily stay 6 feet away from people. I was looking at a news report and I saw the people in the unemployment line, and they didn't care about being 6 feet apart, because it's necessary. They have to get what they have to get. Again, I'm not discounting the seriousness of the virus, but I think that the local authorities arresting the pastor was overreach and excessive, and they were not apologetic at all. They just were just brash and was all over the media, and I think that's why the Governor Desantis went ahead and created that exemption for churches. Of course, the Christians, I would suppose, are a big part of his base, and of course, while it's a good thing he did, yeah, of course, there was some politics involved, but even though there was politics involved, any politician would do that for their base, regardless if they want to get reelected. So certainly I don't, I'm not a voter, and I don't like politics, don't like politicians, but I think even though it's done out of, I can't say it's done out of the goodness of his heart. Doesn't matter what it is. I think it's a good rule to exempt churches, from the order that states that churches should be exempt from the mandatory stay-at-home order. So I'm sure the pastor by now is free and clear from that arrest charge. And now I'm just going to simply show the video of the Governor Desantis signing the stay-at-home order amendment exempting churches from the executive order to stay at home. And have a good Easter Sunday 2020.
News at 4. Bay Area leaders today now say the governor is putting lives at risk after signing that executive order that supersedes authority from county and city governments. At the heart of the issue, Governor Desantis says church services are essential despite local social distancing regulations banning large groups from gathering. ABC Action News reporter Ryan Smith joining us live with these breaking developments from downtown. Ryan.
Paul, that's right. We're outside the downtown courthouse here where I spoke with State Attorney Andrew Warren just 90 minutes ago, and he had some pretty strong words for the governor. Let's summarize that for you right now. He says the governor's actions are, quote, weak and spineless. He then went on to say that the governor's amendment to his executive order, well, he thought this was an April Fool's joke. So let's get you caught up on this issue here. Governor Desantis yesterday signing a statewide safer at home order calling church services an essential operation, but our local Hillsborough order bans all large gatherings. Just hours later, Desantis quietly signs a second order stating new state guidelines, quote, shall supersede any conflicting official action or order issued by local officials. This after the River at Tampa Bay held 2 services on Sunday, leading to the arrest of Pastor Rodney Howard Brown. State Attorney Andrew Warren now calling this dangerous for all citizens.
My thought is that it's foolhardy. This is going to end up leading to more people being in places where they don't need to be. That's going to lead to the spread of COVID-19 outside those houses of worship to the rest of the community.
So, Paul, of course, throughout the last couple of hours here, a lot of moving pieces from Tallahassee all the way down to Tampa here. We have reached out to the governor's office several times for comment and reaction to the state attorney's comments this afternoon. We are still waiting for those. We have heard that the governor may be speaking later within this hour, so we will, of course, keep you updated. For now, that's the latest live. Ryan Smith, ABC Action News.
Right.